Okay, in this video we're checking out the Hobbymate Meteor FPV racing drone. It's a 5-inch racing drone. Stretch X frame. Obviously the Meteor frame, I have already done a review on this frame, so if you want details on the dimensions and all that good stuff, specs, check out that review card in the corner here and I'll link in the description. So I'm not going to go over all the details. Basically it's a individual arms, bottom plate, sandwich plate little deal, and then you got the aluminum side cage here. This comes here, the Meteor comes as a kit, or you can get it as a plug and play, or you can get it as a bind and fly with either the XM Plus receiver or the RXSR receiver. This here came to me already pre-built as bind and fly with the RXSR receiver, which is sitting right there on top of the stack and the video transmitter. The parts in here, the electronic stack in here, is the same as what was on the Comet frame, which is a similar racing Stretch X frame, slightly different design with a top plate and not these aluminum side cages. So the stack in here, a very nice stack, and I didn't really, I didn't really know at the time when I was reviewing the Comet that this stack is actually really good. It comes with Airbot parts here. You got the Omnibus F4 V6 flight controller, and this is the one with the MPU 6000 gyro, or you can add on an ICM external gyro if you want via ribbon cable. It does allow you the ability to switch gyros as well. It's a very nice flight controller. The one that this comes with is the MPU 6000, totally fine for this purpose, but if you want to go to a 32K gyro, you can do that. You can upgrade if you want. The 401EC is a 32-bit ESC, BLHeli 32. It's the also another Airbot part, a Typhoon 35 amp 401 ESC, very nice part there as well. I believe it also comes with a current sensor, ESC telemetry, and by the way, everything here came already pre-configured out of the box with VTX remote control, ESC telemetry, all those things set up the proper UART setup and all wired up correctly, and it came pre-tuned. The video transmitter on here is power switchable all the way up to 600 milliwatts, and just come with a very nice Fox here Lollipop 2 antenna you can attach here. So really I didn't do much to get this in the air. I just bound the receiver and made sure that the modes and everything were correct for my transmitter, and then I went to go and fluid charge up a battery. Now, it didn't come with any props, so the props I used here are these new Cyclone props. These are the newest ones that just came out. The 5047s with the PO, I guess the pop-on pop-off system. Obviously it's backwards compatible with the standard prop nut, of course, so just went with those. And then obviously another big difference here between the Comet and the Meteor is instead of the 2305 motors, they have these new 2306 motors, and this is pretty nice. 2306 2750 kV. It is made by RCN Power, and I believe it's the same motor that they're actually making. RCN Power is making. I forget what they're actually calling it. It looks exactly the same as their 2306 motor, and I think Hobbymate is just rebranding it, putting their name on there. But you can see a nice single-stranded copper core winding, and I believe these are curved magnets here. Not super thick, not very notchy, very smooth motor. You got a set screw on the bottom there, and it's a hollow shaft. Yeah, pretty nice motor. You got a little collar there for the motor wire so it doesn't get rubbed against the bell. Very, very nice motor. I would say that it's for a 2306 motor, probably a little bit on, I guess, above average and compared to other 2306 motors out there. I mean, I like RCN Power motors. The 2305 motor was also very good. This one has a little bit more top-end power, and especially at this higher kV. For 2750 kV, I thought it was pretty good flight time. I was flying a 1500 milliamp hour LiPo, and I got almost 4 minutes, which is not bad on 2750 kV. And I think this motor actually, which they sell separately, by the way, I'll put a link in the description as well for that. I think this motor might actually be better this kV for freestyle, 5-inch freestyle versus a racer. I think maybe the lower kV, I think there was a 2550 kV or 2450 kV might be better for a 5-inch racer. You might even get better flight time, maybe a little bit better low-end torque. Not sure, I don't have that motor. This is the only one that they sent. This one, and of course, this is on the actual drone itself. So yeah, the bottom line is the motor is very good, very smooth. The tune on here was pretty good. Didn't have any issues with that. I don't know what prop they use. I'm thinking that because of the slight bit of prop wash I was getting, they were probably using a 50-45 prop, not a 50-47 prop, so it's a little bit more pitch on this prop here. But I like this prop. It's got good power. It feels really good, especially in the turns. Good handling. So I haven't really flown this new prop here a whole lot, this 50-47, but I'm kind of liking it the more I've been flying it around. So also put a link to this prop as well in the description if you guys want to check it out. And the last thing to note is the camera. It's just the Foxeer Micro Aero Pro. Very nice CCD camera, pretty good field of view. It came with a super amount of camera tilt. It was like almost 60 degrees, I think, when out of the box. I just lowered it a little bit down so you get more props in view, obviously, and with this style of frame here. But it's a good camera, so overall the package is very good. It came pre-built, of course, as I said, and with that receiver, the current price on there is like $239 with the RXSR receiver. If you get the XM Plus, it's $233. If you get it plug and play with no receiver, it's $220. And then you can also get this thing as a kit where you just basically get a box of parts and you can build it yourself if you want. And that's $199, which is a pretty good value considering the frame's $60, and then you get the Foxeer Micro Aero camera plus this nice stack with the video transmitter and the airbot parts and these motors. I think the motors just by themselves, if you get a set of 4 of these, is like $90. So yeah, the kit at $199, not a bad deal. And if you get it plug and play, if you have a receiver at $220, pretty good deal for the parts in here, the frame and everything, if that's what you're looking for this kind of a racer. But I would recommend just getting the this pre-built with one of the receivers like I got here. Very easy setup, comes with the tune, and you just go charge up a battery and go and fly it. You might have to tweak the PIDs a little bit, to your liking, and maybe obviously adjust your rates, but if you just want to go and fly and not have to deal with building or a lot of hassles, definitely check out this model. Okay, so the last thing I want to show you guys before I show you the flight demo is the weight. And we're coming in here, no battery of course, at 338 grams, so I'm not sure if that's, it seems like about average for a 5-inch racer. It might be a little bit above average, but yeah, pretty good weight for this motor at 2306. And I'll go ahead and I'll show you the flight demo now. Okay, so these are the PIDs that came on here default. Yeah, just flying what they tuned. I'm flying the DAL 5047 props, the new ones. So I'm not sure what props they use, so this tune might be a little bit off. We'll see. And then I can already tell that the voltage is off because it should be 16.4. Don't know why it's set up that way. So the scaling might be off as well. But I'm just flying a default, and the RSSI is not working either. I have this set up on this XSR. They have smart port telemetry set up, but RSSI is not set up, so it's going to go ahead and fly it. So this tune seems okay. Don't hear anything weird going on. Okay, you can tell that the eye gain's a little low. Pulls a little bit on punch outs. It seems pretty smooth. Alright, let's do a full throttle. Not bad, not too much vibration, a little bit there. So again, I don't know what battery they used or what prop they used. They didn't ship any props with this. A little bit of prop wash there. Video is nice and clear. I believe I'm just on 25 milliwatts. Handling seems okay. It's a little bit loose. power of this 23.6 motor is, I think, pretty much in line and par with a lot of the other 23.6 motors we have out there now. KB is a little bit higher, 2750. I think this would be better as a freestyle motor instead of for racing. I think racers would probably go for the lower KB, the 2450. I think it'll be pretty good for freestyle. You get pretty nice full throttle punch outs. No real complaints. I think the rates on here are stock. You can tell they're a little on the slow side. You know, a little bit of prop wash and vibration on the really hard turns. It's really not that bad though. I think they probably used a 50-45 prop. So just a little bit extra pitch here with the higher KB is probably taxing the motors a little bit more. Pretty good flight time. Oh, we got a receiver loss there. Like right next to it. It's the first time I've ever seen that happen with an RXSR. I'm wondering if it has something to do with the way that they have the antennas set up on here. It could have been a brownout because the voltage was getting a little low perhaps. I'm not sure. I don't know, flight time's pretty decent at about 4 minutes, so I'm gonna call it quits here.